Happy New Year's, everybody. I know many of you guys are setting goals and many of you are setting them incorrectly. Just wanted to talk about the three major pillars of goal setting that actually produce the outcomes and the achievement of goals that we are all looking for. The three pillars that are most important when it comes to goal setting and goal achieving are visions, goals, and plans. These are three distinct individual things that are very important on their own, but a lot of times we just kind of mix them and jumble them together and it's confusing and we don't know if it's a plan or a goal or a vision. Some people think visions are goals and goals are visions and plans are goals, and it just gets a little confusing. But when we understand these three principles individually and how they connect and intertwine, it produces much more measurable results. Visions, very important. This is who we want to be and who we want to become, and it's subjective. A goal is something measurable on our path to achieving our visions, and our plans are specific things that we do and set in place to achieve our goals so we can thus become and achieve our visions. For example, I want to be a better husband. Most people set the goal to be a better husband, but that is not a goal, it's actually a vision. It's subjective, but we can set goals to be able to measure our progress toward that vision. So for example, if I want to be a better husband, a goal that I can set is I want to have 60 minutes of uninterrupted time with my wife where we can talk and discuss and just connect and be one with each other. That's measurable. On Monday, did I speak with my wife for 60 uninterrupted minutes? Yes or no? On Tuesday, did I speak with my wife for 60 uninterrupted minutes? I did for 42 minutes, but it wasn't 60. Fail. Okay? Plans that I can do to make sure that happens is I can make plans to make sure that I am off work at 5, and when she arrives home, I can give her and I a little bit of space to button up all the other things of the day, and then at 6, we can talk for 1 hour uninterrupted. Another plan that I can do is I can set my phone on silent or do not disturb at 6 o'clock. So that way we can have 1 hour of uninterrupted time with each other without my phone going off, because the phone going off can take away from that time. So I set that plan. So that way, even if notifications come in, I've already set the plan. So that way I don't deter from accomplishing my goal. If I accomplish my goal with enough frequency, I will accomplish my vision of being a better husband. But there's other goals that have to be placed in order to do that. Another goal that I could set to be a better husband is to make sure that a goal that I can have is when my wife asks me to do something, I do it within the hour that she asks me to. Very measurable. My wife asked me to do 4 things. Did I do all 4 of them within an hour of her asking? Yes or no? Okay. I can make plans to do that by making sure that when my wife talks to me, I put my phone away, or I can make sure that there's less distractions around the house, so that way when my wife asks me to do something, I have those distractions limited to where I can hear my wife and do the things that she would want me to do. Or I can make a schedule that is front loaded so I can get the majority of my things done throughout the day. So that way I have more time and more mental capacity to attend to the things my wife would like me to do. I can plan for that, I can measure that, and I can obtain that. Many of you may have set the goal to be a better reseller in 2024. That is not a goal. That is a vision. Can't objectively measure that. What you can measure, though, is in 2024, I'm going to make $100,000. And at the end of 2024, if you made $82,000, you didn't accomplish it, but it can be measured. If you made $120,000, great job, you can measure that. Plans that you can do to make sure you make $100,000 is you can make the plan to list 20 $20 profit items every single day. You can make that plan to accomplish the goal, to accomplish the vision. Many of you guys have probably set the goal to be a better sourcer. Again, that is not a goal, that is a vision. But a goal that you can make to be a better sourcer is to source 7 items every single day. Or you can set the goal to research items outside of the thrift stores or garage sales for 60 minutes a day. Then you can make plans. You can realize the best items in my thrift stores are put out when the store opens. So I'm going to make a plan to wake up at 7 so I can be at the thrift store at 8 to get my 7 items. You can make a plan to set another alarm to go off at 2 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 a.m., whatever time you have set aside, to sit and do 60 minutes of research on items to be looking for, so that way you can be a better sourcer. So you can accomplish your goal of getting 10 items a day or researching for 60 minutes a day to become a better sourcer, which is your vision. You guys can tell just from me talking here and also from thinking about possible goals and plans and visions that you guys may have, you can see many plans and goals and visions are very intertwined together. And for this reason, some people begin to have these three things kind of mixed together and kind of confusing. But if we can separate each idea that we have into a plan and a goal and a vision, we're going to more fully be able to accomplish our visions and our goals and our plans. Sometimes you need to set micro plans to accomplish your bigger plan, to accomplish your micro goal that accomplishes the bigger goal, that accomplishes your overall vision. The last things that we just talked about, setting a time 60 minutes to research items also helps you accomplish your goal of finding 10 items per day or 7 items per day, whatever I said. So that one that I just said, researching for 60 minutes, is a goal and a plan. It's a goal because it can be measured. Did you hit 60 minutes or not? And then it's a plan. You plan to research every single day. And then you have to come up with a better plan to actually make sure you sit down and do your 60 minutes. Like I mentioned, setting alarms, doing things of that nature, making sure that you go to sleep at a good time so that way when you wake up, you can list your items, thus giving you more time to do more research. It's all interconnected. A lot of people focus on goals, which I am a huge proponent of. I'm an ambassador for. I think we should all be setting and accomplishing goals. But what's more important than that, and what I've been learning recently, which is much more important than accomplishing goals, is realizing visions and working toward visions. I know a lot of millionaires. I literally know a lot of millionaires that are deeply unhappy because they have these goals to get their first $100,000 invested. And then they do it and they feel awesome for 15 minutes. And then they immediately want to get to 1 million invested. And so they work really hard and they kind of do things that make them unhappy getting to the $1 million. Then once they have the $1 million, they're pumped for maybe even 2 or 3 days. And then after that, they realize that they were just chasing the $1 million. They were just chasing the goals when they should have been chasing a more, what's the word I'm looking for? A more self-fulfilling and more soul-expanding vision. For example, they could have had the vision to be a financially free person or a person who is free from financial care. They have the goal to get $1 million. They make the plans to do so. And then they can keep going past the $1 million because they just have a vision of being financially free. And once you have that, there's a reason why you're seeking that vision. So that way you can have more time with your family. So that way, if big expenses come up, you're covered. All of that stuff. I am a very goal-oriented person. I'm constantly creating plans and goals and visions, but the visions always kind of seem to take the back seat. A vision is something that I am much more looking toward and trying to accomplish. And for my specific individual personality, visions are a lot harder for me because they take years and decades and sometimes even a century. Which is tough for me because I don't want immediate results. I just want immediate things that I can measure. I'm a weird numbers and science guy sometimes, and I just want to be able to measure things, and objectively measuring a vision is kind of tough on me sometimes. But I'm realizing that I can measure all the goals I want, but if I'm just focusing on goals, it's not going to be self-edifying. It's just going to be on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. There's a really cool quote by Sal DiStefano. He's probably not the original owner of this idea and quote, but he says it a lot. He says, if someone has a goal to walk 1,000 miles, they will walk 1,000 miles and stop. But if someone loves walking, they will walk 1,000 miles and they will continue to walk after that. So it's really important that we set visions that we can become passionate about. We set achievable goals that we are excited to crush and to take over. And then we set appropriate plans to help us accomplish those goals. I really hope that this was helpful. I was a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and part of my role as a missionary was I was over instructing other missionaries. And this was game-changing information from my perspective and from what other missionaries told me on how they became better missionaries. People always set the goal, I want to be a better missionary. Once they understood that wasn't a goal, that was a vision, and they could set specific goals for that vision and then set specific plans to accomplish those goals to realize that vision, a lot more work was done, a lot more edification was brought, and a lot more progress was made. So this can be applied to your reselling, like I mentioned, to being a better husband, a better father, a better wife, a better mother, a better coworker, a better friend, to become a better athlete, a better anything. If you want to accomplish any goal, realize that your biggest goal is probably a vision. And if you can set goals to accomplish that vision and prepare and create specific plans to accomplish those goals, you will accomplish that vision. And just know that it takes time, and that there's guys out there like me that are frustrated with how long it can take, but are learning to be okay with slow progression or fast progression that leads to a much bigger and better vision. So I guess I will share with you guys some of my goals and visions, not particularly for 2024, because most of my visions and goals exceed those boundaries. But I have a few overarching visions for my life. The first one is I want to be remembered as a man who loved the Lord, loved his family, and served his community. That's the overarching vision for my life. And I also have a vision that when I this might be a tad bit morbid, but when I die, I would love to be able to fill a football stadium of people who were affected by my life positively. I would just love to leave this world knowing that other people were affected in a positive way because of me. And so all of the goals and all of the plans that I make every single day are to accomplish those two goals. And third, to be the best husband and father on the planet. Those are my three visions for my whole life, is to fill a football stadium of people that were positively affected by me. I guess that one's a goal because that one's measurable. You get it though. To be the best husband and father on the planet, and to be remembered as a man who loved the Lord, loved his family, and served his community. Some goals that I have. I don't think that I will accomplish this in 2024, but hopefully soon. I want to have $1 million liquid. That's a pretty big goal that I have. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get there, but I know that I will get there because of the visions and the plans that I have supporting that goal. I will have $1 million liquid sometime. It'd be awesome if it was in 2024, but I've done the calculations, and though it is obtainable, it is significantly difficult, especially because I have goals and plans of buying real estate as well, which will take out huge chunks of that liquid $1 million, but I'm going to get there soonish. Another goal that I have is to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and 1 million followers on TikTok. Again, that's not for 2024. That's just a goal that I have. I may get there in a month. I may get there in a year. I may get there in 10 years. Who knows? But I will hit 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and I will hit 1 million on TikTok. Another goal that I have is to get into the 1,000-pound club. The 1,000-pound club means your bench press combined with your squat, combined with your deadlift, those three personal records, your PRs, combined to be 1,000 pounds. So like I would need to probably bench 225, be able to squat 400, and be able to deadlift 500. I'm very tiny. But believe it or not, that is an obtainable goal. It'll probably take me 2 or 3 years minimum to get there, maybe a little bit longer. But I have all the goals and plans in place to be able to accomplish that. I have a hernia surgery scheduled for this next month here in January. So that's a big, big plan to be able to obtain my goals, to be able to obtain that, to obtain the vision of being a healthier individual. So those are kind of the goals that I'm focusing on right now. I appreciate all you guys do for me in helping me get there. It's weird, but this community truly does help me accomplish those goals, not only monetarily, but also for the sake of, I truly hope that this channel is helping you guys. I really do. You're all invited to my funeral if you guys are still around when I'm not around. I really hope that I'm making a difference here. If not, that's a big failure on my part, but I really hope that I'm doing so. I really thank you guys for listening to my rambling, especially if you've made it this far. I really appreciate all you guys do for me. Let this video, I know it wasn't the best editing or the best lighting, didn't have my microphone. This isn't the best. I really don't even think I explained it as well in this video as I have in the past, especially to those other missionaries. But plans, goals, and visions can change your life once you understand them and apply them properly. Go ahead and do so, and let's crush it.